Give me my theme music!
What is up, Buff Nation, and welcome in to Buffs News Weekly Live and your weekly Sunday afternoon show. I'm your host, Russ Dornish. Welcome in on this fabulous Sunday. Of course, we've got a lot of things to talk about. But first, to go ahead and start you off, the big news, of course, the breaking news that just happened in the last, hour and a half, 2 hours? It is official. Colorado will be playing BYU in the Alamo Bowl. Shocker, I know. However, I'm still excited for it. I'm still excited for the opportunity that we're finally back in a bowl game, that we get to compete against a team like BYU. And I have all the confidence in the world that we should be just fine to be able to finally get a bowl win for Colorado for the first time in who knows how long. Who knows how long. But I do think that, it's a good first start. I'm glad that we've already got confirmation that Shador, Travis, Shiloh will be playing in the bowl game. There's already been a lot of stuff on social media that is assuming they're not going to play, even though Coach Prime has confirmed it. Travis Hunter confirmed it on his podcast. So the fact of the matter is we are going to get the full Colorado team to come out. I can't see anybody who wants to sit out if our 3 stars or 2 stars and Shiloh are not sitting out. Okay, guys, they have a mission to accomplish. They want to win the bowl game. They want to finish it off right and finish off this season in the right way from all the hard work that they did, because that's the right thing to do. And that is what we're going to get out of the boys when they play in a couple weeks now. Yes, I'm a little hurt that we're not in that game yesterday playing Arizona State or whoever we would have played, that we aren't going to get a chance at maybe going to the playoffs. But I love this. I'll take the revenge game. We get to have a little bit of revenge over BYU for beating Houston and ruining our chances of making it to the Big 12 championship. We better not let that pass us by when it comes to this game. See, Allie already on it, 10-3 season, so calling the win. Apparently, Eric, everybody wanted Colorado, okay? You can't tell me that there is a bowl game out there or the CFP that wouldn't have loved Colorado to come to their game. Just go look at the ticket prices for the Alamo Bowl right now, okay? Cheapest ticket is cheap seats for like $90 a pop. And there's not a lot of tickets left, by the way. So I understand everybody probably wanted Colorado, if I'm being honest, okay? So, hey, we're in it. We're going to get to go to a decent place. San Antonio is going to be a great place to be at in December. You got the Riverwalk there. It's going to be a good place as a fan to go. I wish we were playing a different opponent, but, hey, I'll take it, and let's just go and finish out the right way and finish that season up. Aurelius, what is up? Peace to the fam, Sco Buffs. The fight for second place in the Big 12 sounds great. Yeah, we can finally put to rest that 4-way tie, so to speak, if we go and actually win this game. What's good, Eric? The big party is coming to San Antonio. Yeah, the CU fans will be there in droves. I looked at potentially going to the game, guys. Plane tickets are just way too expensive from where I live. We're talking $800 minimum to get to San Antonio for that game. So gonna sit this one out for now, hoping that if for whatever reason in the future we somehow are back in Colorado, I can get some cheaper tickets. But for me, I unfortunately will not be attending that game. Eric, this is the price we had to pay to get out of the Pac-12, so we're going to make the best of it. It's true, Coach Trey. That's a great way to look at it because, again, this is our kind of comeuppance of getting to play in the Alamo Bowl because it is for that Pac-12 spot, and we are still considered Pac-12, so absolutely. CU has to definitely take out the frustration on BYU. I think it's going to be the number one game for them to shut up the haters even more, because everybody's been saying that, BYU is a better team than us, that Colorado is not the team that they're supposed to be. One way to show is on the national scale when we're in this bowl game and we go out there, show everybody that a team that was a top 10 team for a majority of the season could lose badly to Colorado. Yeah, we could absolutely really change the way that people view that. 10-3 and second in the Big 12 is great. I think at the beginning of the season, I would have absolutely loved that. Would have absolutely loved it. Will definitely be way more viewership than the actual Big 12. I have a feeling, Mars, I don't know. I could be talking crazy. I wonder if we might do better numbers than some of the playoff games, but I don't think so, especially with it being the first year of the playoff. I know I'm excited to watch the playoffs, but yeah, a little frustrating. Alamo Bowl means tons of kids from Texas. I'm thinking 2025, get on it now. Hey, invite a bunch of kids out to that game. Start it up early for that. Russ, the 2025 recruits can come to the bowl game. They need to get used to Colorado. Yes, they can, Eric. They can officially come to school and be a part of the team. They can be a part of the bowl game practices. They can be there for the bowl game. If you guys remember, there was a bunch of Florida State kids like Charles Lester, who we were after, that was at the bowl game. They got to practice with him for a week. Boo Carter last year practiced with Tennessee for a couple of weeks at the end of their season. So it all depends. The one problem that we're going to have, guys, is a lot of our recruits are still playing in their playoffs. Of course, Julian Lewis will be done this weekend. I don't know if he comes immediately and joins the team. For his benefit, for the team's benefit, I would love to see him come right away and start working with Shedeur for the bowl game and get that time of working one-on-one with Shedeur, setting up the off-season workouts that they're probably going to do together with select QB, probably in Miami, Georgia, wherever they may go, Texas. So, yes, they absolutely can. If they're going to be an early enrollee, they can be a part of the bowl game festivities. So something to look forward to. We're burying those Mormons. That's right, Gualo. Burying them. Where will it be played at? Aretha, San Antonio, Alamo Bowl, if that's what you're talking about. They can practice, but they cannot play. Correct. They cannot play. They can practice and be a part of all the stuff. Colorado should take pride going to the Alamo Bowl. 2 years ago to now, San Antonio is not a bad place to be. If we have to be at a bowl game, San Antonio is not a complaint. I mean, we could be going to the Snoop Dogg Bowl in Arizona, guys, which is where CSU will be sponsored by Gin and Juice. Not even kidding. That's like all the stuff that it is. Would have been cool because of the connection, but, getting a large payday to go to the Alamo Bowl, not a bad piece of work. Watching that Big 12 championship game, Jerry World was kind of empty. It wasn't who people wanted to see play. Let's be honest. We are the top drawer in the Big 12. Go look at the viewership, and it's us, everyone else, and then the teams that played us, by the way, are also up there. So it's just funny how that works. Kevin Riley coming in with the super chat on this wonderful Sunday. I wanted CU to make the Big 12, but low key, let's say they went to the Big 12 and won. Could they compete with the playoff teams? We'll never know until they actually get there. You never know. It's, again, any given Saturday. I think anything can happen. I mean, TCU went on a run and got to the championship game and got blown out. Okay? So who knows what could have happened? The fact was you wanted to at least get in the playoff to see what would happen. Yeah, it was empty. Could you imagine had Colorado been there, the celebrities that would have came out, the fans in Texas that would have shown out for that, the Colorado fans that would have traveled? It would have definitely been a much more financially impactful game for the Big 12 than what they got. Current student at ASU and big fan of CU right now. ASU would have done CU bad. I would have liked to see that matchup. You're forgetting we beat them last year. I get that they're a different team, but, they had Scattaboo last year. They had Tyson Jordan, who didn't play. I would have liked to see that matchup. And, hey, we're going to get to find out next year what that would look like, although it is a little different not having Travis and Shedeur. But, it is what it is. That Miami CU game would have done more numbers than a playoff game. Yes, that I agree with, Northside. That I agree with. That was the wood where if that could have happened, I really could have seen that happen. Now I'm really depressed about the Buffs not making the college playoffs. I wanted the Sanders boys and Travis to ball out on the big stage. They've been balling out on the big stage all year. It's why Travis is going to win the Heisman, which we will talk about here momentarily. Just want to get all your guys' comments here. They gave Miami versus Iowa. I know. Guess you're not a believer. I don't know if you're talking about me or somebody else. Doesn't sound like you're a fan at all because that's false. Oh, we're talking to the ASU fan. Yeah. Shirley, how is it going on your wonderful Sunday? Cam has said he's not playing in the game. Did Cam really say that? I figure with Shador playing, Cam would have to play. He's not going to hang his guy out. Let me know where you heard that. I would love to take a look into that and hear what Cam had to say. Assuming it was an interview, postseason interview. I don't know. I hadn't seen that. I had not seen that. So, yeah, I hate this game. Holiday Bowl was the game to make with Miami. Yes. He started with current ASU student. Lol, you're not a CU fan. There we go. They're all going after him. Russ, I have to believe the Big 12 and Commissioner Yormack is mad by looking at the crowd for the championship game, knowing that Colorado is the draw. Once the draw is gone, there went the eyeballs. Everybody knows it. It's not a shocking thing, okay? Everybody knows it. We are talked about on a daily basis. Heck, I come on here live and I get 500,000 or 500 people to 1,000 people every stream live, 10,000 people with eyeballs just on a small YouTube channel. People are interested. They hate watch this team. They support this team. There's both sides of that coin. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to tune in versus an Iowa State, Arizona State. Like Arizona State, sure, I think they beat, but Iowa State's just not bringing in the draw that any other team is making. I bet you it'll be the hardest played bowl game. If BYU's smart, they better play their starters. They'll get embarrassed bad. I think it will be one of the most competitive non-playoff games. It could be, because Colorado's not going to take this lightly. Players aren't going to sit out. They're going to want to, really show what mistake was made because, of the records and everything that happened. Really show that the tiebreakers, kind of ruined us. So I got to agree. I got to agree about that. If I'm the Big 12, I'd be mad. Yep. We beat ASU without Travis. Enough said. That's true. We did beat ASU without Travis, guys. I forgot about that last year. Not only did we beat ASU with a lot of the guys they had this year, we beat ASU without Travis. Yeah, the Buffs get big-time viewers, but the Big 12 commissioner don't care. The Coach Prime hate is dysfunctional. I don't know if your Mark is an anti-Prime guy. I think he understands. Obviously, there's other ones that are, but I don't want to give your Mark about that. I bet it. Okay, yep, we already read that. Heisman, we'll be talking about it here in a moment. I'm a CU fan. I watched every game in the past 2 years and rooted for them to win, but ASU would have won. Okay, so you've been a CAU fan for 2 years. And before that, ASU fan? I don't know. There has to be another Coach Prime in the Big 12. Damn, we playing in a conference bowl. Yep, that's unfortunate. Can a Heisman candidates improve their odds in games after a regular season? Genty improved his odds in his last game. Is that fair? The basement, I would hope that that's not taken into effect. My biggest thing that I say when Genty people come at me hard about Travis, because again, I don't want to downplay what Genty has done this year. We'll go ahead and get into the Heisman conversation, which is a good segue into this. Again, if you are on my channel, if you're on Twitter watching this, if you're on YouTube, make sure to go watch the essay that I posted yesterday. It's not doing that great in numbers. I thought it was really good. I really hope that more eyeballs get on it. Just talking the reasons why I believe Travis should win the Heisman because of Travis. I don't talk about what Genty has done. I don't go head-to-head with them. I simply say and put in the video, here are the reasons why Travis Hunter is deserving of the Heisman Trophy. Now, when it comes to Genty and what has happened, the biggest thing was, and I said this at the beginning of the year, guys, I said, if Genty was going to win the Heisman, I believe that what he had to do was break the record. Okay. Is he going to break the record? Probably, but it's going to have to include playoff games. He did not break the record in the same amount of games as Barry Sanders. He did not break the record in, through a conference championship game. He's going to break the record in probably 3 or 4 more games than Barry Sanders had. So is that impressive? Same thing. He's right around the same yardage that Melvin Gordon had at Wisconsin, and he didn't win the Heisman. So I hope that they're not taking that into account. But even so, with those numbers put up, I didn't think it was as impressive as it could have been, especially at 1, the competition you got. 2, again, 30-plus carries for 200 yards. Not like I've seen running backs put up the 200 yards with less carry. It's just there's a lot of that stuff that I want to look at that is just why I would say that, to me, it's not as, big of a thing. Whereas Travis, and again, I keep hearing this from the Genty people who keep posting. It's like, today, you want to hear this comment that I got today? Guys, do you really want to hear this comment of how stupid this is? Okay? How absolutely stupid this is. Here's the comment I got for, I kept asking, has anybody else done what Travis has done, right? Has anybody else in the history of football done what Travis has done and created the resume that Travis has? Okay, here was this Genty supporter's response. Sammy Baugh did what Travis did his entire career, playing quarterback, safety, and punter. He once threw for 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions in a single game. But of course, that was in the 1940s. There's a reason it doesn't happen anymore. More people could be two-way players, but it's not worth it to be a two-way player. Please tell me how that is the dumbest comment in the history of comments, that it's not smart to play 2 ways. It's not smart if you can't do it. Travis Hunter was playing 100-plus snaps at an elite level. The reason why no one does it, and you've heard it from Champ Bailey, you've heard it from Charles Woodson, you've heard it from anybody that tried going 2 ways, including Dion, which was, yes, it wasn't worth it for them because they couldn't do it stamina-wise. They couldn't be the best cornerback in the game if they went and played wide receiver full-time. And yet Travis is the best corner. He is graded by PFF. That's what we have to go off of. The best corner in all of college football, grade-wise and coverage-wise, and a top 5 receiver on the other side of the ball. So please tell me how that is not worth it for Travis Hunter to play both ways and do what he's done for Colorado. Please tell me how Travis Hunter has hurt Colorado by playing 2 ways. Because the last time I checked, we were 1-1 this season when he didn't play fully. And one of those games was a close 1-possession game to Kansas State that is technically the reason that we did not make it to the Big 12 championship. So please, people, please tell me that I'm not wrong when it comes to this. Okay? Tell me that I'm not wrong when it comes to Travis Hunter and why he is going to win the Heisman. Okay? The best thing I can just say to it, and it's the only thing I can say, if you've played ball, which I haven't, okay, so this isn't coming from me, but you look at any NFL player, any retired NFL player, and they will say that what Travis is doing has never been done before, at least not in this century, okay? I compared it to Charles Woodson because Charles Woodson won the Heisman with his stats. Travis Hunter is putting up miles better stats than Charles Woodson did playing both ways. So if that's the case, shouldn't Travis Hunter win the Heisman when he's putting up better numbers than a fellow Heisman winner? Again, that is where I'm saying, okay? Anybody that's a football mind knows that Travis Hunter is the best college football on the planet. It's not even close. Exactly. Genty was beating up on Mountain West teams trying to flex like they did something. Everybody keeps acting like the loss to Oregon is why Genty should win the Heisman. So your so-called Heisman winner, who had one of the easiest schedules and easiest conferences to play in, who put up massive stats, your reasoning for him winning is because his team lost to Oregon and he put up good numbers. But in the next sentence, I hear that Travis didn't elevate Colorado to the championship game. So tell me, please, how did Genty elevate Boise State? Because last time I checked, Boise State won the Mountain West Conference last year. Boise State has won the Mountain West numerous times. They run the Mountain West. It is always Boise State that is the top 3 team in that conference. So please tell me how it was elevated, because they did just the same thing they do every year. That's like saying that a Georgia, a Bama, those players won simply because they elevated them to the top SEC team. I get that. Those teams are up there. But it's got to be bigger than that. You've also got to put in the extra stats, the blowouts constantly, the big-time wins against the other programs in the SEC. That makes sense to me why those guys win it when they're putting up those stats. That's not the case here. Travis is the best, period. No matter what team you're a fan of, and even if you hate on CU, Travis is absolutely the most deserving of the... Come on. He's playing in the Mountain West. Again, I agree. Some of those people are commenting are trolls and haters. I think we should know this by now. Oh, 100%. I know that they are. It's just crazy, some of the things they say. It really is. Genty would not be doing this versus SEC teams weekly. I don't think he'd be doing it against Big 12 teams. Okay? I truly do, guys. The eye test, I think that Scattaboo is a better running back than Genty. I said it. I know a lot of people are saying it. His performance last night was better than anything that Ashton Genty has put up in a big-time game. To be the best skill player on both sides of the ball in football definitely means Heisman. People, again, Snips, takes us to church today. You're preaching. That's what we're doing today. It's Sunday, baby. We're preaching for sure. Was that Sammy guy a grown man playing with kids after coming back from the war? Oh, John Telly with the burn there. Something I didn't even think about, but hey, you're not wrong. Hey, if I'm not wrong, guys, if what I'm saying about Travis is not wrong, I'm going to throw it out there. Hit the like button. Okay, hit the like button. We're at 400 plus watchers. Hit that like button and make sure that we've got that showing. Number 1 at wide receiver in DB. And they'll say he's not number 1 at wide receiver, and I could say that. I mean, statistically wise, he's not. But also they forget to mention that he missed 2 games. Okay. If he plays the whole Kansas State game and the whole game the following week, I think that the numbers that Travis puts up are better than all of the receivers in the country. Okay, I really do. Full stop. Yep. The only player that can say they have all-around football skills. Can Genty make a tackle? Can he get an interception? Can he do any of that? Genty can't even jump to catch a ball. If Hunter was in the Mountain West, he would have 20 picks and 25 touchdowns. I wouldn't want to imagine what it would have looked like if Hunter was there. Okay, I really don't. If Hunter was on Boise State, and that's the other thing that they keep saying is like, oh, if Genty was on CU, they'd be in the football playoff. If the roles were reversed, and I'm saying Travis would absolutely murder on Boise State. Would they have beat Oregon? Probably not. Okay, that's a team thing more than anything. But would Travis put up astronomical numbers on Boise State? Yes. Imagine if Travis averaged 20 catches a game. Boise State's force-feeding Genty all them carries. Even so, he's a running back. He's going to get carries. That's why you can't do a one-to-one comparison between a wide receiver and a running back for stats. The same guy, by the way, who said the Sammy Baugh comment also said, well, Travis has only put up the same amount of yards that Genty has after contact. And I'm like, they haven't touched the ball the same amount of times. If you give Travis the same amount of chances to put up yards, you can't tell me that he's not going to massive records. Not to mention on defense, people will be like, he only has 3 interceptions. They stopped throwing the ball at him. How is he supposed to determine that? That shows how dominant he is because nobody's open on his side. He's able to lock down the guy on his side. It's just crazy. We love Coach Prime. I wonder what it would look like if Colorado should be a good game. We're honored to play Colorado. Oh, John Simmons, BYU fan. Appreciate you. I like it. I like the comment. I like the friendliness of it. We're looking forward to this matchup too. I think it's a great way for us to say, hey, look at what the Big 12 can do. So, that's where he's at. No, he not you trying it. I don't know what that's for. Yep. Ask Genty what his defense. I asked them what his defensive stats are, and they're like, "Oh, that doesn't mean anything. It's just snaps." Genty is outstanding. Travis is most outstanding. Exactly. For real, put Genty in the Big 12. He doesn't do the numbers he did this season. He'd probably hit at least 1,000, but he wouldn't put up Heisman numbers. He'd be the best running back probably in the Big 12 when it's said and done, or close to it with Scatabo. Really, he probably would. But I don't think he puts up the 2,000 plus yards that he is right now. One man above him is San Jose State guy with no other wide receiver in that team in the Mountain West. Yep. Not happy with the BYU bowl game. I get it. You know, there's other things that could have sold us for sure. Travis is the Heisman point blank, period. Yeah, Grizz got it. Would like to get the retweet from Kansas State. A right tackle. Yes. We're going to talk about that here in a moment, by the way, guys. Portal stuff is coming. We're going to finish up the Travis Heisman talk. Let me know, hear your guys' comments. We're going to come back to this. I will bookmark your comment because we will be talking portal here in just a moment. Russ, how much will Shedeur and Travis play in the Alamo Bowl? I think it depends on how the game goes. If it's a competitive, close game, they're not going to come out. Do you think those guys are going to want to sit? No, they're not going to come out, guys. If it's a blowout, yeah, they won't play the whole game. But I do know that Travis and Shedeur want to win this bowl game. They're going to treat it like their championship. They're going to treat it like an offense to Colorado for not somehow finding a way for us to get into the conference championship, to get in the playoffs. Let's just show how good of a team we are. Let's finish this off strong. I think that they're going to play plenty. Trav's going to have about 4 trophies as being the best player. That alone should tell you that he should be the Heisman winner. Caleb Odom to CU. We're going to have to look at that one as well. Travis Hunter is literally an alien. He's probably from Mars. He's different. He's him. He's not human. The guy is giggling on the field at practice when they're running sprints. He's a crazy man. Genty's a great player, but Trav is better because he dominates in multiple positions. 100%. And here we go. John Teal with the $5. I don't want to slam him playing in the Mountain West because nobody had a problem with LaDainian Tomlinson at TCU in the Mountain West, but still Travis wins it. My question was, did LT win the Heisman though, John? It sounds like people did have a problem with LaDainian Tomlinson at TCU, because they did not give him the Heisman when he probably deserved it too. Travis Hunter's so scary on defense. They don't even want to throw the ball to his side. That's when you know the defense is different. They're scared to even challenge you. And he can't control that. You can only get so many stats. In fact, cornerback with lower stats and less touchdowns against. If I told you that a cornerback had 0 stats against them all season and they only allowed 1 touchdown, you would know that corner is pretty darn good. Okay? You would know that corner is pretty darn good still. Although he breaks a lot of tackles, Genty is running through gigantic run lanes. I said that to the same guy that made the Baugh comment, and he's like, oh, you obviously don't watch. You know, that's not what happens. Genty will get exposed in the CFP, most likely. I do want him to play Penn State. I do want to see what that game looks like. I really do. I want to see Penn State run through him because Penn State's the type of team that's not going to take anything from him. Really not. He still hasn't broken Melvin Gordon's record. That Melvin Gordon should have won the Heisman, guys. That's what's coming down to. Okay, that's what it's coming down to. Tanner Kazoil, Ball State tight end. We've talked about him. He's one of the guys I've said to watch. Barry Brown, wide receiver from Kentucky. We've talked about him as well. Nick Anderson, of course, from Oklahoma. He would be massive. That would be 2. Jimmy Horn. Yeah, this whole game is about helping the other players get to the league. This is about Travis and Shedeur helping the guys get to the NFL. I'm telling you. I think they keep portal pickups relatively low compared. No, they won't, Drew. Nope. Probably pick up 20 to 30. That is high. The only reason that it was higher in past years was because we literally turned over the whole roster. 20 to 30 is, I think, what did we end up last year with, like 30 something? I mean, a couple less, but for the most part, it'll be about the same. Coach Prime has told us he is going to be 20 to 30 portal players every year. high schoolers are going to be 15 to 18 high schoolers a year. We already have that number. We really do. We have that number. It's been given to us. That's what it's going to look like. I got that from a booster as far as the direction goes on, why they need the money, how it's going to be used, all of that. That's been directly told to them what the strategy is going to be for CU. Scout man, Coach Barry. Coach Barry knows the players we're looking at. He really does. It's going to be a blowout, fam. They set Deion Sanders up for failure. BYU are way too big. So what you're saying that BYU is going to blow us out? Is that what I just heard? There's the opposite. Please confirm. The statement I make is why Travis a first round top 3 pick lock and Genty isn't a first round lock. Upside as well as athleticism. NFL board tells you all you need to know. I watched an interview, by the way, with John Elway, and they asked him about Travis Hunter, obviously with Elway being a GM, and said, hey, they asked him, if you were a GM, would you draft Travis and would you play Travis 2 ways? And he said, I'd give him an opportunity to. I would see how it looked. Obviously, if he started lacking in one way or had issues, then we would focus on one. But for sure, he's going to get packages. For sure, they're going to give him that opportunity. And hey, if he balls out, why won't you leave him off the field? Huh? Why would you leave him off the field? The statement I make is why. Oh, yeah. That's the one we just covered. Chad named a couple players that have done what Genty has done. No one has done what Travis has done. Exactly. I keep bringing this up to people who are saying that Genty should easily win it, and they really can't come up with anyone. Like I said earlier, this guy that I was talking to said Sammy Baugh. Okay. Whether or not we can confirm that, yes, it's the same thing, it happened in the 1940s. So you're telling me it hasn't happened since the 1940s, and yet we just had Melvin Gordon less than 10 years ago do exactly what Genty is doing? Come on. Travis is a beast on both sides of the ball. There are 22 players with 2,000 rushing yards before him. Caleb Odom, Bama wide receiver in the portal. We'll take a look at him. I've seen a number of players hitting the portal just while we've been talking, guys. It's Portal Eve. Merry Portal Eve, everybody. It's been over 6 running backs that have ran for over 2,000 yards and still didn't win the Heisman. LT was in New York for the event but didn't win. Exactly. Like, Genty will go to New York. He's not going to win. Odom played with Julian Lewis. I didn't realize that either. Something we're going to have to look for. That might be a guy we're after. I'm going to tell you guys something here in just a moment. We're going to finish up with the comments on Genty and Trav. I have got some info for you guys. Not directly players, guys, but it's going to get crazy. I'm telling you, you guys do not understand how crazy things are about to get. People need to quit with Ashton Genty because he's doing in the Mountain West Conference, not SEC, Big 12, Big 10. Travis Hunter's going to win the Heisman. Get used to it. Yep. Jimmy Horn will be a great pro player. 4.2 speed, hasn't been unleashed all the way yet. Sammy, that's what I think. I think the best thing for Jimmy is going to be the combine. If he can be a combine freak, then he's going to get drafted pretty well. That's how we see it every year, okay? And the little bit of tape from when Jimmy plays is really good that I bet you he's going to get drafted on the back of that. But this bowl game will be big for Jimmy Horn to kind of get his name back in the conversation as well. Agreed. He'll be crowned Heisman winner. If not, then we know why. Yes, we do. But based on what I'm hearing, he's going to win. It's just the 30 carries I can't get over. It shows when other running backs have the same yardage, but way less carries than Genty. Shadur picks up the Davey O'Brien. Oh, John again. Here we go. 2000 Heisman Trophy finalists. Drew Brees, LaDainian Tomlinson, Josh Hopel, and Chris Winkie. Winkie won, and LT came in 4th. That's fair. You see what I mean? 4th. He did the numbers that he did, and he was in 4th. He's LaDainian Tomlinson. Out of all those guys, obviously Drew Brees went on to a pretty successful career. But look at the rest of them. Like, who should have won that? Who was the best player? It was LaDainian Tomlinson. How much of that was Chris Winkie playing on Florida State that year? Huh? How much was it? What about the NDSC safety did you not like? What about him? He has okay, so he is a later on safety convert, And I just didn't love the little things I've seen from him as far as his pursuit angles. It's just not as strong as the numbers would suggest. I think a lot of what gets him to be as good as he is his athleticism. So could we potentially turn him into a great safety based on actual reading the play and just the overall knowledge of what he's supposed to do? Absolutely. I just think we could get some better options out of the portal. I'm also worried about the injury he had this year. So, there's that. I wouldn't hate him coming. I look forward to the transfer portal more than the Alamo Bowl. We want an SEC team. Bama, perhaps. BYU struggled against Houston. Exactly. BYU has had a bad end of the season. I'm concerned about this portal season. Why are you concerned, Northside? Please let me know. There have been 22. Yep, we covered that. Do you think Cordell Russell was advised to get in the portal by CU coaches based upon depth and players coming in? So here's the thing. I don't think the team does as much as you think they do with like forcing players out. Obviously, there's obvious ones that happen. I think that they had an honest conversation with Cordell. They probably said, hey, this is who we've got on the team. They're staying. This is who we're bringing in. Okay. If you're fine with competing and competing against 6 guys to potentially sit again, great. We want you around. We want that competitive skill and knowledge. Or if you want to hit the portal and go to a team where you could only compete with like 2 guys and have a very high chance, I could have seen that kind of conversation happening. I think that's what a lot of the conversations that happen with the players that hit the portal that are lower on depth charts. It's a lot of it is the coach being honest, saying, hey, you're sitting here. You've got to make up this amount. You've only got a couple years left. And Cordell he's already been in college 2 years and has no tape. That's not good. That's not good at all. Why wasn't Sanders not in the Heisman talk? I still feel too is I agree. 100%. Salute you, Warren. Appreciate you coming in today. They're hating on too. He should be in New York as well. We'll talk about Odom. Obviously, you guys are loving him. I'll star your guys' comments. We'll look at Odom here. Okay, so you don't think that we're going to get the players they want. I think the team is going to get the players they want. I think it may not be the players the fans want, okay? But whoever they get are going to be their guys. Because trust me, there is a lot of tampering going on in college football, guys, when it comes to the portal. Colorado already has a very good idea of who they want in the portal who have not hit the portal, meaning they've already had conversations with those players and they've seen the interest, okay? Will there be a couple players that'll surprise Colorado hitting the portal that maybe they didn't hear from, that then they'll go kick the tires on, that then will end up here? Yes. But I'm going to go through a couple players that I've already heard about potential Colorado connections. So we're going to go over that and we'll do that. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on, guys, to the portal conversations. Let me go ahead. I'm going to real quick. I have got to bring up the screen so you guys can see the portal, what's going on. Let's do that. Also, I'm going to take my screen away. I got that feedback earlier on. Don't worry. So we're going to go to Twitter and we're going to go to everything we got going on. Okay, we're going to go to full screen. There we go. Hopefully that's good enough for everybody, full screen. Okay, let's take a look. I'm going to update, by the way, because I'm sure it's updated since we joined. Yep. Okay, so here's one to look at. This is the one we talked about a little bit earlier. I already starred this comment quite early on from CU Bus 1996. Would like to get the right tackle from Kansas State. Carver Willis. So a couple things about Carver Willis to point at and why I think he might be a good target. And maybe he is a target for Colorado that they've already looked at. Okay. Durango, Colorado. So he is a Colorado kid, 6'5", 291, starting tackle for Kansas State. Okay. He is also best friends with one Ben Finneseth. Okay. He is best friends with Ben Finneseth. So I think he could be a target for Colorado on the offensive line, come back, play 1 year with Ben here at Colorado, get to come back. He said he misses Colorado. He said that in the interview the week before the Colorado game when they asked him about coming back. Said that he absolutely loves it. Said that he is going to want to come back. So I think he would be a great target. Don't know what they're going to rate him at. Based on what I've seen from the tape on him, by the way, guys, he could use a little improvement on his pass blocking game. However, his run blocking game is outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. There's a reason that DJ Giddens, besides obviously just being a good back, but he's got a good offensive line. Yep, Carver Willis would be a plug and play at right tackle. Absolutely. There's another player that I have seen on the radar for Colorado. I have not heard anything official from Carver. Just a lot of things that tell me he would be a great fit in Colorado, so I could see that happening, okay? I could see that happening. But the other player that I want to talk about is Antonio Tripp Jr., okay? Tackle Miami. Younger guy, is listed as a 4-star transfer portal player, I believe is what I saw. Let me double check here. We're going to go by position so that we can go find those offensive tackles. Okay. So Carver Williams, he is a 3-star. They've already rated him. Okay, that didn't update. 3-star. Jordan White's coming on a visit, by the way. We've talked about that. Jordan White is coming on a visit. Carver Williams could be a potential. Like I said, Antonio, let me see how far down he is right now. Where is he rated at as a portal transfer? But he is a player of interest that I believe Colorado has kicked the tires on. Let's see. Is he here? Am I missing him? Antonio Tripp. I had his profile up, but not. Okay, I don't have his. I cannot find him. Not a good thing. But guys, that is somebody to take a look at. Heard Colorado's kicking the tires on that. Okay, so kicking the tires on that. Some beef with another player would make you go somewhere else. Well, these are kids, very sensitive. I've been watching these recruits. I believe CU don't have the money to compete. That is not the case. Northside, I don't know where you're getting that. Okay. That $20 million for each Power 4 school is going to benefit CU. Plus, I'm telling you guys right now that the NIL has hit $20 million. The NIL has exploded this year, guys. Money is not the problem compared to last year or the year before. I don't think he liked them, most likely telling him to back off. Okay, that's more Cordell stuff. But if you perform, the money will come. Worst case scenario, bowl options, San Antonio's bland, BYU's BYU. Also, it has to be more than just that because Baby T.O. and wide receivers playing in front of him like Mathis and Wasim. Yes. Okay, other portal players to be on the lookout, guys. You guys have obviously put some great ones in here. I'm going to let you know the ones that I know are of interest to Colorado. So I already told you Antonio Tripp. By the way, here's a big one. Max Clare hit the portal. If you don't remember, he was also on our wish list. Guys, Max Clare on our wish list. He is ranked right now as a 4-star tight end. Number 12 in the portal. I believe he is the highest rated tight end in the portal. They haven't listed a tackle, but or a tight end. No, tight end. Is there anybody else above him? Sorry. No tight ends above him. Luke Haas is the other tight end, but Max Clare gonna be extremely impactful. Okay, guys, extremely important and impactful. I already talked about that. TK Kevin is definitely of interest for Colorado. We'll be in on him. So I do think that that's going to be a potential. Let's take a look. Who else? Obviously, Jordan White we talked about. Here's another one to look at, guys. Ethan O'Connor, defensive back, Washington State. Okay. He has hit the portal. Look at these stats from his freshman year, guys. 32 tackles. Okay. 4 interceptions, 1 pick six. Okay. 8 passes defended. Fairly good young corner that hit the portal. I hear there is a little bit of interest for that. Okay. For that, I do believe there is little interest that Ethan O'Connor has been getting the tires kicked on him. So if you guys are interested in a potential target to look at, that would be great. Juju brings Odom to see you. I think KC not coming to see you. It's going to be tough, but they are trying to get him. I'm telling you guys. You think they will always be mostly portal? Yes. Yes. They're going to be portal heavy. Prime already said it, Nick, in his press conference. Why would I bring in 20 to 30 high schoolers for 15 of them to hit the portal when I could bring in 10 heavy impact guys day one who will want to stick around because they're playing? They will not have a reason to leave because they're playing and being impactful. Okay, Coach Prime doesn't lie, guys. He tells you exactly what is going on if you listen. He does. The collective going to fill in the rest of the money. Michigan, Oregon, FSU, all them big schools ain't done. They're spending over 30 million. Michigan's at 37. Yes, North Side, there's always going to be those teams that are going to have that big money. The problem is there's only so many spots on a roster to play. Those big-time guys want to play. They can't just go out and get 5 quarterbacks and spend $10 million. There's going to be other quarterbacks. At that point, it becomes, are you good at finding talent? And are you good at then putting them in a scheme to succeed? Money only goes so far, guys. There's a reason that the New York Yankees don't win baseball every single year. Okay? The fact is that Colorado is not going to be at the bottom of the totem pole. We will be in the top half when it comes to money, when it comes to being able to draw in players. So it's then going to come down to, how does Coach Prime and staff do coaching? How do they do in selecting the right players to fit in there? Talking certain players into coming here. All of that's going to be there. It's a lot more even than you think, Northside. Don't worry. Okay? Don't worry. Lamont Rogers, 6'6". Okay, Braden Nelson, North Texas O-line. He's a true freshman All-American. Send a bag his way. Amos Talalele, Visan Long. So we got a lot. Jonte Cook, I know. I don't think he's coming. I don't think he's coming to Colorado. I think he's using us for clout. I don't think. Dane Key, I would love. Dane Key is probably one of my favorite receivers in the portal, but the word is he's staying into the same area. Okay, I don't think we have a chance at Dane Key. Shoot, they're paying players to sit on the bench. Don't go over there, money. Remember, their conference still has a deal with the Pac-12. Yep. We're still going to get a lot of money. The Big 12 and SEC has a war chest. The Buffs are lacking at this point. Not as much as you think. Not as much as you think. I was in a Baylor space. They're talking about spending $50 million on player talent. I'd like to see them do that, North Side. Okay. I'd like to see them. If they do it, I will eat my words, but we're going to have to see that actually come true. Okay, because right now we're beating them in high school recruitment, and we're going to beat them in portal recruitment, guys. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Okay, so Tavian Galloway, tight end from Purdue. We talked about him, Coach Barry. But again, I really do like Max Clare. I like Max Clare. I like what he can do. I think he's the top one. I think he'd be really good. Jamari Butler. Yep, the Nebraska players I would love, but I think they're going to FSU with their coach. I do. I think they're going to FSU. Cornerback Marion Cooper. Yep. He's not coming back, guys. He is not coming back. He probably should have never left. I don't know if he left under his own. Sorry, I don't know if he left under his own cause or if the team kind of forced him out, but he left. He's not coming back, guys. Okay, couple more updates for you guys real quick. Obviously, we talked about Odom hitting the portal. Let me pull up his stuff. Huge, I think, target for Colorado now. Yes. So Caleb Odom hits the portal. 6'5", 227, 3 years of eligibility, was the 5-star recruit that Colorado was interested in the 24 class. So I think with that and his connection to Julian Lewis, I could see them wanting to connect. Okay. But yeah, a lot of good things are happening, guys. A lot of good things are happening. Trying to force a salary cap, buy a championship in the meantime. Players are knowing they'll never see the field. Red shirt, start over in 2026. I think a cap or some kind of weird contract situation will be coming. Okay, guys, it's going to be coming. I really do think that there's going to be contracts forcing players to stay longer term. I think that's going to be a part of the money play. And so, that's going to be an important aspect when it comes to that talent. Okay. Oh, Rob the Man in here. There's Rob the Man. What up, Coach Dre? What up, Rob the Man? Welcome in. Appreciate you dropping by. Let's see. If Cook struggles academically, then he'll go to Bama, A&M, etc., where they don't care if he graduates. Prime wants, Prime would not take that. Prime will not take that, guys. Right, conference game, though. Doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of bowl game? Case Supreme, it's not a conference game. It's not a conference game. It is a Pac-12 versus Big 12 game. We technically are forced because we are still considered Pac-12 in all bowl purposes, and we will be next year as well. So while it looks like a conference game, it's not a conference game. Okay? It's not a conference game. Collective going to force feed the rest of the money. LLCSN Services, LLC agreed. What up, Buff News? Welcome in, Rob. Appreciate you. Jaheim Otis looks like he's going to Ole Miss. Yep, I kind of figured that one. I told you guys where some of these guys are going. Jaheim Otis probably there. Bear is going to Oregon. That's a pretty much done deal, guys. Micah Hudson, I don't think is on our list. I know that On3 has mentioned him, but everything I've heard, the team has not even kicked the tires on him. Okay, guys? So just so you know, the team has not kicked the tires on him. Also, I did talk about Jeremiah Wilson the other day. From all intensive purposes, it looks like Jeremiah Wilson, the cornerback that we were interested in, is going to end up at Indiana, okay, based on what he has said. So Indiana looks like it for Jeremiah Wilson, who was on our wish list, okay? Was on our wish list. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring up that wish list again so you guys can see how it has been unfolding. We can talk about the update on it and where we're sitting with that initial portal wish list. But again, it's going to be way bigger than that, guys. It's going to be way bigger than that. I'm telling you, it's going to be so much more. Okay, you don't turn down $8 million bowl payout. $8 million bowl payout's not too shabby to write home about. $30 million in roster is a drop in the bucket. These players are still getting ripped. College football is more profitable than the NFL. It's kind of true. Micah staying at Texas Tech. Did we hear that? Have you heard anything on Dylan? Okay, so the word I've heard on Dylan is Colorado is interested, but the competition for him is insane. And he said that he would prefer to stay home. So I would look out for Notre Dame or Indiana for Dylan. Notre Dame right now, I think, is in the lead for him. Colorado does want him, but if he doesn't want us, we have to move on. Okay. That's just kind of where it's at as far as what's happening. So I would love Dylan. Micah Hudson withdrew his name from the portal. Did he get paid? I have not seen that he has removed his name from the portal. Where are you seeing that? All I see, the most recent articles and news, is that Micah Hudson is taking visits to schools. All buyout payouts split amongst all in the conference. Is that true? Colorado playing BYU in a bowl game. That's dry as heck. They play in next year. I know. I don't know if he has any eligibility left, but the number 0 for Nebraska on the D-line. Oh, trust me. I'm assuming, are you talking about Prince Amuli Malian? Who, by the way, is the number 1 rated player in the portal still at a 94. Defensive edge, Nebraska, 6'5", 245. I have heard nothing on him, by the way. I have heard nothing on him, so have no clue if we would be interested in him or if he's interested in us. That's part of it, guys. Part of the portal is, by the way, guys, I need to remind you, okay, we got a lot of people in here. The big thing with the portal, a lot of these guys will enter the portal knowing where they're going already. Now, will that stop a team from calling them up, offering them a bunch of money to at least, think about them? No. But a lot of the players will on a Texas Tech space. Okay. I'm not sure if I believe that. Not sure if I believe that. That's the Lack of State for the whitest guy, 88. Who are we talking about there? Keep it a solid. You should put in the name in there. Haven't seen that either. I'm thinking about number 9. Still don't know who we're talking about. Facts. Okay, guys. So yeah, when it comes to the portal, remember, here's what's going to happen in the next 24 hours. Let's talk about this before we end the stream today. Okay. It is obviously portal season at midnight tonight. The portal is going to be jumping. There's going to be a lot more players hitting the portal in the next 24 hours. Obviously, we just saw Odom hit the portal. Massive name out of Bama coming to the portal, which could be a big get for Colorado, a potential get. Who knows? He just hit the portal. But then again, Colorado could have already known that. Colorado could have already had things going because it could have been something with Julian Lewis. Like Julian Lewis could have chatted with him, said, come to Colorado. Julian Lewis talked to Colorado. That's how this stuff happens, guys. The players reach out to players. The players on the team let the coaches know. The coaches start the conversation and have an intermediary. Okay, that's how the tampering happens so that you don't get in trouble. So that is happening. That is happening right now as we speak. Okay, word on the street. Word on the street is, okay, I'm just letting you guys know. Word on the street. Tomorrow's going to be crazy. Tomorrow's going to be crazy. There are going to be players that are not in the portal yet. They're going to hit, that are going to immediately be on Colorado's radar because, again, they already know. They already know that they're looking to go to Colorado. The top players are going to hit the portal knowing or having an idea where they're going to go. If they don't, there is a very good chance that that player will stay in the portal and not find a school. Okay? I bet Prime already got news from 90% of his portal once, probably a month ago. Demistocles, you're not wrong because we already heard that. Okay, Matt McChesney said that there is already a list up in the coach's room that has a list of who they're targeting in the portal. So they're guys they already know. I mean, Rob knows. That's how the portal is going to work. So it's going to happen quick, guys. This is going to be quick. We're going to have a lot of portal players probably already committed to teams by the end of the week. So don't think this is going to be some slow burn. Okay, the slow burn has been this week with players leaking that they will be entering because they can't technically enter the portal. But yet here we are in front of me listing a list of players in the portal already and the fact is they haven't entered the portal. Okay. And Coach Barry, that's what I said earlier. Remember, Prime said it best a long time ago that players are the best recruiters. He mentioned Shedeur and Travis way back when they were trying to get Seton and Juju are now doing that same thing. They are recruiting players to the team. So they're the ones that are saying, hey, let's build something. Let's do it on the national stage. Come play at Colorado and make good money. I mean, Seton's driving around in a darn Maybach. However you pronounce it. I hate cars. I hate car names. So most of these recruits have a no contact policy. Exactly. When they enter the portal, they'll have a no contact. They won't have their info out there. And it's because they already know where they're going, guys. And it started last year really heavily. If you guys don't remember, some of the coaches even mentioned that. They're like, these kids are entering the portal and they have a no contact already. What does that tell you? There's tampering going on. Everybody knows it. Everybody believes in it. Okay. And they only have 20 days now. Well, they only have 20 days to enter. Remember Coach Dre, the portal enter period is small, but you can stay in the portal as long as you need to until you find a team. Okay. So as far as entering the portal goes, yes, we're going to see a lot of players enter all at once. Okay. Mercedes Maybach, call it two that you want it, but it's a $200,000 vehicle. Well, Shedeur bought Seton a $200,000 vehicle. Caleb Oden's 40 times 4.56. That is really fast for 6'5". Hey guys, I want to tell you something real quick. Okay. As Coach Dre agrees, imagine a world where you've got Caleb Oden on the outside. You've got Omarion Miller on the outside. And on the insides, you've got guys like Draylon Miller, Cam Michael, these laser fast, quick guys. I'm just saying, I'm sure a lot of you at home right now listening to me say that are getting some feelings, some good feelings, if you know what I mean. Okay. Just hearing that and imagining that with Julian Lewis at quarterback. Okay. Just imagine that for a moment. Okay. Having two massive guys with speed like Omarion Miller, Caleb Odom, and then Cam Michael, Draylon Miller. I mean, we keep going. All of the freshmen. Guys, are we listening to this? Are we listening to this? Correct. Regalo, you're correct. 100%. Absolutely. I think it's going to be trust me, it's already a priority. Look at who they're bringing in already from the transfer portal that we know of. It is a lot of offensive line guys, and running back is definitely going to be a target. Trust me. They were seriously kicking the tires on Ollie Gordon before he hit the NFL draft. That wasn't just us being, fans. That was really a decision that Ollie was thinking about, guys. Okay. That was really, really thinking about that. Jonte Cook on Heiler. I don't think he is. I don't think we're in on Jonte Cook. Just FYI. Don't be surprised. We're not in. I'm hoping Juju don't hit that. Hey, he did well this past week, guys. I think Juju will be just fine. He will be just fine, and I think he's going to win a state championship and join Colorado. Okay? I hope Oden is like Shep without the drops. They know what it is. Shador probably got the Maybach for free when he signed for Mercedes. I mean, very well could be and gifted it, but still awesome. Will Shepard 40 time was 4.47, but he looks slower than that on the field. He had an up and down year for sure. I had a lot more high hopes for Shep, if I'm being honest. The offense have to fit personnel. Oregon has the best system for explosive wide receivers and tight ends. Yes. Of course. Are these nice receivers going to go to a Boise State? No, they're not going to go to a Boise State. You also have to have a quarterback. And here's the thing. Dylan Gabriel, Oregon, we'll have to see who Oregon picks up as their next quarterback. I'm sure they'll be picking up a very nice quarterback, but it's going to be hard until they know what the quarterback situation is moving forward. Okay. Oh, there's Prince, South Africa in the house. Welcome. The mocks have Shep going in the 4th round. Wow. I'm actually a little surprised by that. If he goes, we might have more draft picks than I even think. I figured he'd be maybe at the end, maybe completely, not. Shador said it best. It's a tax write-off, and he also said him and Travis will take care of the players they recruit to CU and take care of them because it's a tax write-off. It really is. They're going to be able to donate to the NIL, get a tax write-off, and support their dad. So if you guys think we're not going to have money, it's going to be in their best interest come tax season to throw a couple $1 million towards CU's NIL. Just saying. This last game, Chef showed his quickness on those screens. He had me surprised. He did look good on those screens, but still slower than Jimmy, and that's what I really think we needed for those screens. I don't know anything on Mike McVay. I'll have to take a look at him, let you guys know on the next stream. Straight line, Shepard is solid. He takes a minute to get up to speed. So acceleration, not great. Top speed, good. That makes sense. That would make sense, and I think that's probably where Shep's at. I do. Oregon has Dante. Oregon has just a wealth of players. Like, if you want to keep going there and sit the bench, I mean, go for it. Is Cam Michael fit right now? I don't know. We'll have to see. I think that we may see Jimmy Horn has to play, guys. He was so close to playing at the end. I think he'll be playing for sure. Number 1 quarterback last year went to UCLA and is now at Oregon. D Moore, he's awesome. Well, if they want to give him the keys, absolutely. Miller Moss, not coming to Colorado, but could go to Oregon. Sure, maybe. Trey Spivey as a replacement. Let me take a look at Trey Spivey. Trey Spivey. Trey Spivey enter the transfer portal. Oh, the top guy over at Kansas State. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I'll have to take a look at him even more. I couldn't believe how many tight ends Oregon used on offense. Blew my mind low key. What Trevor Wood and Tyler Brown going to do? I don't know yet, guys. They very well could hit the portal. They have shown up more on well off, which you don't see from like Yakiri. Really. So I don't know. Gibson is gonna. Yes, guys, we've got riches at wide receiver. It's not gonna necessarily be a portal heavy position for us, but I will say that we'll probably get one or two. Okay. Cole Cabana running back, Sam Heward as backup for Jew. I would like Sam Heward if you want to come and be a backup. Moss Miller could Indiana, Syracuse, Miami. I think the U gives him the tool. Yeah, I think those are good schools to see Moss Miller succeed. What is the latest you can sign someone from the transfer portal? Allie, you can sign them all the way into the season. If you're in the portal, you're in the portal. You can sign all the way up until, the season's happening. In fact, Colorado had a couple guys that just randomly showed up that they signed, weeks into the preseason camps. So there's really no limit on when they can sign. There's just a limit on when they can enter the portal. Okay, when they can enter the portal. What do we got? I want the Miami brothers to hit the portal, but only the linebacker. Yeah, that's the problem with the brothers. I don't know if they want to be similar to ours, with the Wade brothers where one plays and the rest don't. That's going to be interesting to see if they're fine with that. But, that's where we're at when it comes to that, if I'm being honest. Okay. Guys, real quick reminder, if you're in the chat, go check out my Travis Hunter video, okay? The Heisman essay video over on YouTube. Please, 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 when you guys are done streaming here, watching this, go watch it. You're going to enjoy it. Really good. I thought I worked really hard on that video. So I would like to hopefully see it grab some more attention. Because again, did a lot of research, did a lot of stuff with it. So if you guys are interested, go check that out right there. Travis Hunter will win the Heisman video on the channel. Go watch it, like it, share it. Okay. Share it on social media. It's the nicest thing you can do. It's going to, I want to get more people watching it because I do go in depth of why Travis Hunter. And by the way, I don't compare him to Ashton Genty. I'm not going to be like their fans tearing Travis Hunter down to lift up Genty. Okay. I am simply lifting up Travis to say, this is why I believe he will win the Heisman. So watch it, like it, share it. That's the big one. Go share it on social media places, share it with your fans, your friends, whatever that may be. That is going to be a really important thing. Nick, I think if we do get a portal quarterback, it's not going to be one of the top tier guys because I don't think a top tier is going to want to come here with Julian Lewis on the roster. I think our defensive coach should call the plays on offensive. Well, he seems creative. Oh, here we go. We can't go a show without Pat Shurmur, right? We can't go a show without it. Who decides whether starters or what string they qualify for? Perry, what do you mean specifically? Be happy to answer that. Not sure what you mean if you're talking about depth chart or what. I hate that Jay Feely tore his ACL. Yep, all of that. He started kicking touchbacks. Yeah, and guys, it does not. I mean, the amount of knee issues that he got from the injury is not going to look good for his kicking career. Just saying. Okay, just saying. SN Services, this is a great way to kind of wrap things up for the day. Heisman absolutely should go to Travis. We'll be covering more of it this week. We'll be covering the portal this week, so make sure you're tuned in, locked in, subscribed, liking this video so more Buffs fans can find it as always. So I can't wait till tomorrow, guys. Hey, it's like Christmas Eve, okay? We're sitting here waiting to open our gifts tomorrow for Portal Day. Guys, it's going to be exciting, okay? It's going to be exciting. We are going to have some really interesting stuff to cover in the next days and the next weeks. Be on the lookout, be locked in. And as always, I'm going to see you guys later. For now, till next time, Let's go Buffs.